Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to IITC channel. This is Ved Prakash Singh from IITC. Probably you might have gone through element number 1, 2 up to 11. This is element number 12. If you have gone through other elements of IITC channel on subject of safety management, then probably you know that there are different elements. There are 6 elements, there are 8 elements, 10 elements, 12 elements and 15 elements of a safety management system. Safety management system does not depend on number of elements. Number of elements will not ensure you, will not tell you that your safety management system is very strong. Every safety management system should cover each and every aspect of safety, whether in 6 elements or in 12 elements or 8 elements. Correct, guys? Now we are going to see the element number 12 in this module. So bear with us. This will be hardly 7 to 8 minutes video. In this element number 12, we are going to see handling and use of hazardous substances. Handling and use of hazardous substances. The reason why I am emphasizing you, because the moment I am saying you hazardous substances, use and handling, probably you will be able to understand what I mean to say that. In this module, we are going to see these questions, but not limited to. These are the bare minimum questions we are going to see. There are many more things in the module. Now, how to identify whether the chemical is hazardous or non-hazardous? We will see. We will see what do we mean by HAZCOM, hazardous communication. We will see that what is the meaning of statutory requirement and what are different statutory requirements depending on the land of law or law of land. Safety measures while handling hazardous chemical. Importance of MSDS during transport, storage and use of hazardous chemical. Guys, my request is, my humble request for you is, please subscribe the channel so that you can get all the update on time, and please do not forget to press the bell icon, and please feel free to send this link to your friends. We have seen this. We are going to see 15 elements. This is element number 12, use of hazardous chemical, use, handling of hazardous chemical. Guys, let us go through objective. The objective is to establish a system for identification and management of hazardous substances through establishment of well-defined procedure. So identify the hazardous chemical so that we can establish a procedure. Why? We need to develop a procedure to receive the hazardous chemical, to issue the hazardous chemical, to store the hazardous chemical, to handle the hazardous chemical, so that there is no accident, no chemical exposure, no property damage. Okay, guys. Develop a written hazard communication program. What is hazard communication? Is a HAZCOM. What is HAZCOM? We need to tell each and everyone in the organization what are the hazards related to all chemicals, chemical number A to Z, all chemical A to Z. So we need to identify the MSDS. We need to convert or translate MSD in local language. We have to explain each and everyone about the hazardous chemical process or procedure. Okay. Maintain or register or list of hazardous substances in the use of workplace. So we must have the list of all hazardous chemicals which are being used in the workplace. This is first and foremost requirement. And the register should include the inventory and the location of store, use and wastage. And we should have appropriate material data sheet as we discussed earlier. The MSDS should be established, should be revised, should be translated in the local language so that person can understand. Develop appropriate procedure for receiving the material, storing the material, issuing the material, distributing the material, transporting the material, handling the material and use of hazardous substances. So guys, the system is very clear. We have to evaluate complete life cycle of this hazardous chemical, because if you don't know the hazards of the chemical, and you are going to deal beginning from the receipt, or you are using it, storing it, issuing it, distributing it, transporting it, handling it, you may come across an accident. Probably those are toxic chemical, probably those are explosive chemical, probably those are flammable chemical, you never know. So we have to develop procedure so that we can handle this chemical in complete life cycle safely, so that there is no hazard in workplace, so that there is no unpleasant event. Procedure should identify incompatible material and compatible material, so that we can keep separately with appropriate safe distance, and potentially hazardous combination and conditions that require for special chemical for special preventive or protective measure. When you identify compatible chemicals, when you identify incompatible material, you should know that what are the reactivity, what are the temperature, what are the weather condition, what are the storing conditions. So after knowing the condition, you need to ensure that these chemicals are stored, these hazardous chemicals are stored in appropriate atmosphere, and these all chemical, hazardous chemical or substances has to have restricted use. High risk process should be identified and special process should be developed. See, there in the company there may be some procedure which are hazardous operation, has critical operations, and there may be some non-critical operation. So we need to identify high risk processes, operations, reactions, so that special procedure can be developed, so that people can be trained accordingly, so that there is no accident. Establish procedure to use the personal protective equipment when you are not able to do elimination, reduction, isolation, control. Then you need to put PPE, and the last is discipline as per the hierarchy of control. Appoint a technically competent person to administer the control, procurement, store, issue, use, transport these hazardous substance. Person should be competent, person should be skilled, they should be knowing what are the hazards while handling any hazardous chemical. All containers should used in the storing hazardous chemical must be labeled, tagged or marked. So guys, if the storage tank or the vessel or the containers are unmarked, this is the pathetic situation. This is one of the statutory requirement that all the storage place or storing container must have label, must have marked, must have tagged along with identification of hazardous chemical, MSDS, hazard warning, control, and HAZCOM or NEFA diamond in most of the cases. Provide designated storage area for all these hazardous chemicals, because these hazardous chemicals are enemy. These are not safe behavior chemical, these are not friendly chemical. So guys, we have to store at designated place, and that should have restricted entry. Everybody should not be allowed to use, handle, issue, store or transport these chemicals. A small quantity of chemicals can be stored in the laboratory, in the process area, in the cabinet, and must be segregated with a safe distance with physical barrier, so that there is no compatible chemical and incompatible chemical can mix together. Because if incompatible chemicals are mixing together, so this will create a problem. Drummed or bulk chemicals should be stored in an area that provides secondary containment. I know guys, you know what is secondary containment. Secondary containment means dike, bund or crab wall. What is primary containment? Storage, pipeline, vessel and drums. I don't want to teach you, but this is my willing to tell you. Chemical storage area should be inspected on routine basis to ensure the integrity of chemical storage area and secondary containment system. There is no leakage, there is no unwanted unsafe condition, unsafe action, substandard condition which can create and which is slipping, so that we need to identify or we need to hunt the hazard. If we are able to successfully hunt the hazard, that means we are successful. After hunting the hazard, we have to take appropriate action to remove that hazard. Hazard communication training should be organized to all employees, whether he is a contractor employee or our employee. Those guys who are going to be in touch with the chemical directly or indirectly, they must be trained in HAZCOM. They must be trained in emergency response. They must be trained what to be done in case of emergency. Special training should be provided for person performing non-routine tasks or routine tasks which are involving hazardous chemical, hazardous substances. Guys, we have given a training for HAZCOM and HAZOPER. I can request you, please put your view in the comment section so that I can prepare something for you regarding HAZCOM and regarding HAZOPER. There are some small presentation is available on IITC for HAZCOM. Please feel free to put and go for this training. The training should review the hazard of chemicals, special work procedure, handling rules and precautions, personal protective equipment, spill prevention and containment procedure. Training record must be properly maintained because this may require in case of any unfortunate event. This is also one of the statutory requirement. Establish procedure for preventing of spill and what happens in case of spillage, damage control barrier, preventive control barrier. There is event bow tie. Guys, we have prepared one presentation for bow tie analysis. I will request you to please search on IITC's channel so that you can find out. This is hardly 10 minutes video so that you can go through that. This is a lovely program. I would encourage all of you to find out bow tie in IITC channel and you will find it. And spill prevention, spill control management system should be in place. There should be drill to be there. There should be training should be there so that we can contain in case of any spill. This is also one of the statutory requirement and we have to dispose this spilled chemical as a hazardous waste as per the statutory requirement. So guys, we have seen each and everything regarding to hazardous chemical in very small time, very short time. My purpose was to give you all information in smallest possible time, in shortest possible time so that your time is valued. Guys, now turn is yours. You have to answer all these questions. How to identify hazardous chemical? You should know. As per the statutory requirement, list of the statutory requirement, as per the MSDS, as per the OEM supplier or manufacturer. What do you mean by HAZCOM? HAZCOM is hazardous communication. There are various ways of HAZCOM. I would request you to, if you do not understand HAZCOM, please go through my video on HAZCOM. This is hardly 5 to 7 minute video. There's crystal clear informations are given in this video. What are the statutory requirements? Identify, evaluate and control of all hazardous substances and remove all the unsafe conditions, and we have to encourage all safe behaviors. Safety measures while handling the hazardous chemical, this varies from chemical to chemical. The measures are given in MSDS. If not, contact your supplier. Importance of MSDS. MSDS has got everything, the flashpoint, physical property, chemical property, first aid, emergency response, everything. MSDS and train card has to be there, HAZCOM has to be there while you are transporting chemical. So guys, with this I believe this information was useful for you. If you have any comment, any advice, any requirement, please feel free to put into the comment section so that we can come back to you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.